taken you from the Imperial City's prison. First by carriage and now by boat. To the east, to Morrowind. Fear not, for I am watchful. You have been chosen.
Wake up. We're here. Why are you shaking? Are you okay? Wake up.
Greetings and welcome everyone to Let's Play Modded Morrowind. Now, first things first. And so then, I was watching a little video about Morrowind on YouTube, and I suddenly had the urge to play Morrowind again, with mods this time. Now, some of you might know that I've had a Morrowind Let's Play before, that I decided to remove because I had no interest in continuing it with that particular character, even though the character that I'm about to make is very similar. But I feel like I'm starting fresh, so that is why I'm picking things up from the beginning once again. Now, what you're seeing here is a little mod that changes the introduction to the game. You can have a quick beginning, and you can go to the normal beginning, or a custom beginning for more role-playing options. For example, you can choose to start at a shipwreck, in case that your character has arrived to Morrowind by shipwreck. You can choose to start exploring around Dagon Fell, or many other options. But for the sake of this Let's Play, we're going with the normal beginning, and also because I fucked something up and the other two kind of bugged my game out. So let's go to the normal beginning and get this show on the road.
Stand up.
I'm standing, buddy.
You were dreaming.
I was dreaming. Well, my name is Neil, but that is not the name of the character that I shall be choosing to play. In fact, I shall be playing as the Dunmer Alina. Not a very Dunmer-esque name, but I think it has a nice ring to it.
Not even last night's storm could wait.
Well, I'm a pretty strong sleeper.
Say we reached Morrowind. I'm sure
Or maybe Alina is a pretty strong sleeper. Or is the term heavy sleeper?
Quiet.
Fine, I'll shut up. Jeez.
This is where you get off. Come with me.
Is that so? W and S move forward and back. A and D move side to side, and the mouse looks around. My mouse is looking around? Oh my god! I didn't know it could do that.
You better do what they say.
This is where I get off, Geob. Apparently it's not the end of the road for you just yet, buddy. Oh dear, what have they been doing on this boat that I was unaware of? Also, this just came to mind. For a prison ship, these prisoners really have it nice. I mean, there's no bars or cells or anything on this ship. Pretty comfortable for thieves and criminals and murderers.
Get yourself up on deck and let's keep this as civil as
Aye, sir. I shall do as you say, because you did keep me in such a comfortable ship.
now.
Fine, fine, there's no need to be rude. Ah, look at the beautiful swamp. Well, it looks a lot better with mods.
Head down to the dock and I'll show you to the census office.
He? Who is he? Oh, this guy. Dad? Is that you? No, you can't be my father. Because I'm a Dunmer. However, I must say, that face looks a lot like my dad's. And it's kind of scary. So, the race that I shall be playing is, as I've said, a Dunmer. And with a name like Alina, I'm of course playing as a male. I kid you. Alina is not that repulsive. So, a different face, please. Maybe. That's kind of cool looking. But let's see what else. Can I get that hair out of the way? Maybe this. But I think I shall go with this, because that looks very pretty. Now for the hair. These all look awfully low res. Ah, now this is more like it. Perhaps I shall make her look a little bit like the previous Alina. White hair and all. Then again, black hair is kind of cool too. Short hair? Wait, there's no white version of this one? What a bummer. Long hair is kind of cool too, but I don't like the way that it always clips through your armor, even though that you do not spend a lot of time looking at it. Perhaps I shall go with long hair after all, although this is kind of cute too. Short hair, but hair, and 2 long braids. Very pretty, very pretty. I like this too. It's kind of more stylish. This is kind of the same stylish, but with the braids. I bet the braids won't clip through your armor as often. That's very pretty as well. Ooh. I like that one. Where is it? This. Kind of goes over one eye, but not the side where we have the beautiful and elegant tattoo. I think I shall go with this. Yes. I'm satisfied.
Great. I'm sure you'll
Oh yes, along with all the other anime-looking chicks in Morrowind, I'm sure I will. Hi, fisherman. Are you that guardsman? You are that guardsman! Holy shit! You can be at 2 places at once! It's like I'm seeing parallel universes. One universe he's being a guardsman, and the other he's like fucking being a fisherman.
Yes,
That was the
we
most
expected
obnoxious
you,
voice
but
I've
you
ever
have to be
heard.
recorded before you're officially released. There are a few ways you can do this, and the choice is
Oh, the choice is mine. How you're going to officially release me. Well, in that case, I choose that you let me out of here with 20,000 septims and like a nice suit, like the guy who's to the right of me. However, that is not what he meant. He is talking, of course, about my class. And I'm going to create my own class, as I like to do that so often. Adventurer. That is not what I shall be named. Alina is a... what should I call it? I shall call it a spell sword, even though I know spell swords already exist. I like the name, and I'm going to make something for myself out of it. Let's see, combat. Block, medium armor, heavy armor, long blade, armorer. I'm certain those are, I believe, the ones that level up the fastest. But I don't know if those are the major skills I'm going to be picking. We shall see. First and foremost, of course, I shall be using long blades. The armor I shall be using is medium, and I know that's not a very popular choice, but I'm a rebel. Now, the other 3 here I'm going to use for my magic skills. Most and foremost, destruction, of course. Followed by restoration. And conjuration. Yes, conjuration. Now, for my minor skills. Block, of course, as well. I'm a fighter and also a wizard of sorts. Athletics. No. Armorer. Armorer. I don't know yet. I'll leave this one open. Let's or just pick some. Well, I want to put something relevant to those. Let's see. Alteration. Alteration, definitely, yes. Enchant? Bah. Do I really use that so often? Mysticism. Certainly, mysticism. Mysticism. I don't much care for illusion, though, I must say. Athletics. I'm also going to put acrobatics in here. And I'm going to tell you why right after I finish making my class. It's not very roleplay-like, but once again, I'm a rebel. So I need one more thing. Armor could be useful, of course, but I don't think it's as useful here as it was in Oblivion. Well, what else would I want? Don't much care for illusion. But I'll go with it then. As for the acrobatics thing, that is a little something that helps you level up. If you jump everywhere, you can get your acrobatics up real nice. And it's a fast way to level up. So, my specialization. I only have block, medium armor, long blade, and armor. Those would level up faster than any of the others. But on the other hand, those will usually level up more often because that's what I end up using the most. So I'm going to specialize in magic for this one. I've always wanted a character with a lot of magic possibilities. Because I've never really had that. And playing as a pure mage has never really appealed to me either. Favorite attributes. Health, how much you can carry, the damage you do in melee. Definitely. I do need something that is relevant to these fighting or skills or what have you. Your maximum magicka. Your ability to resist magic. I'm going with intelligence then, yes. Class description. I'm going to keep this brief. Spell swords are masters of magic and how would I put it? Magic and sword fighting. Sword fighting. Is that a word? I don't know. If it is, I'm inventing it. Or if it isn't, I should say. Are masters of magic and sword fighting. Sure, that will do. I was going to keep it brief, and I did. There we go. I think I'm satisfied with this.
Very good. The letter that preceded you mentioned you were born under a certain...
Aren't we all?
And what would that be?
The apprentice. Weakness to magicka. Since spellcasters are a real pain in the ass in this game, I'm certainly not going to pick that. The Atronach. I played through Morrowind the first time that I truly played through it. I played as the Atronach. Never again. The spell absorption is really nice, but the stunted magicka is not fun. Personality and endurance. Weakness to fire. Hell no. The lover. Maximum magicka. Maximum magicka 2. That is... Yeah, that is a sign from a custom race, but it's kind of unbalanced because, as you can see, it increases your maximum magicka so much that it's just not even funny anymore, and I don't want to be a little cheater like that. I'm going with the mage, though, increasing my magicka.
Interesting. Now, before I stamp these papers, make sure this information is correct.
Very well. Alina, Dark Elf, Spellsword, the mage. Yeah, seems about right. You now have a stats menu, where you can always view your information. Right-clicking allows you to use your menus. When you are done with them, right-click again to close them. Wonderful.
Show your papers to the captain when you exit.
Are these my papers? Whoa. For release by Emperor Uriel Septim. Yep. Thanks, Gene. Alright. I can now look at my character. Isn't she beautiful? Looks better in the light. Where is there some light? I like the hairstyle I've chosen. And the long hair.
Continue through to the next
Dad?
building and talk to Celes
You're
Gravis.
back? I thought you were just outside. Ah, alright then, Dad. I'll be on my merry way. Ooh. Dad isn't around. And there's all this stuff here. What is this? Our wager. This could be interesting. But what's more interesting is that we found a little dagger. Holy shit, that's fast. Well, Alina doesn't much care for the rules as long as she can get some money. Plus, this is kind of something everybody does. And it gets rid of some of the tutorial messages. That's kind of annoying, though, when you're trying to pick up paper and stuff. It always, like, fucking... It works like a book or something. The Firmament. Oh, it's a book about star signs. I never actually knew because I never bothered to read it. Also, I like how in this game every item like has some kind of value at the very least. For example, if you go to Oblivion, a lot of the items you find lying around in houses, like, you know, the pots and pans and silverware and shit. Well, not the silverware, that has some value, but there's stuff like pewter pots and such. And they all have, like, no value whatsoever. I'm not saying that they should have a lot of value, but they at least sell for something in this game. Which makes for playing as a thief a lot more viable, because in Oblivion it was kind of hard to get any kind of money out of stealing something from from people's houses. However, in this game, you can pretty much ransack somebody's house and it'll be totally worth it. I also now have a map menu. Always check the barrel before you go any further, because there's an engraved ring of healing there. Which gives you your magic menu, if I'm not mistaken. You now have a magic menu. Very well. Engraved ring of healing. Summon ancestral ghost. Hearth heal. Fire bite. Bound dagger. And of course my Dunmer power of summoning an ancestor guardian, which is quite nice. Alright. To the captain, then. Oh. You also kind of look like my dad. Although I don't think my dad has as much hair as you do. If he ever sees this video... Sorry, Dad! Let me take your identification papers. Thank you. Word of your arrival only reached me yesterday. I am Celes Gravis, but my background is not important. I'm here to welcome you to Morrowind. Hey, I'm a Dunmer. I don't need your welcoming. Yes, you're in Morrowind. I don't know why you're here, or why... Excuse me. Or why you were released from prison and shipped here. but your authorization comes directly from the Emperor, and I don't need to know any more than that. When you leave this office, you are free, but before you go, I have instructions on your duties. Instructions from the Emperor themselves, or himself. Here I thought I was a free lady, but now you're gonna make me do duties and shit. What's the deal? The package on the table came with the news of your arrival. You are to take it to Caius Cassad's in the town of Balmora. Go to the South Wall Corner Club and ask for Caius Cassad's. They'll know where to find him. Serve him as you would serve the Emperor himself. Oh, as I've served the Emperor so many possible ways. A dispersal? Now see, that's more like it. Report to Caius Cassad's. Very well. Goodbye. Dad, with more hair. I'm free! Oh, but I did ask him about my duties. I did ask him about my duties. What? What is this? I can't leave! Well, this is a wonderful start of the series. Fuck!